Alright guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I want to go over two new exotics that have been found, the Exotic Chestpiece and the Exotic Holster. I covered the exotic knee pads in a video previously, so if you don't know about those then please go check that out. We'll also be showing you the new Divide Hunter Mask, talk about the Pair of Lying Eyes drop, which has got everyone talking at the moment, and we'll go over some other little bits and bobs. Would really appreciate a like on this one if you enjoy it, a dislike if you didn't, and let's begin. So let's start with the two new exotics that have been found. Unfortunately, even though I've put in like 16 hours a day, like 45 plus hours since Warlords of New York dropped, I've still not had any exotics drop for me yet. I ran like Lincoln Memorial like 15 times because I've seen people drop like double exotics in that. I've ran other missions in DC, I've ran everything, and I still haven't had any exotics drop for me. So the images used in this video to showcase the exotics come from other people who have been lucky. I want to start with the new exotic holster called the Imperial Dynasty. This comes courtesy of Flatline Plays, who's another Division content creator here on YouTube, so all props goes to Flatline for this one, and Mr. Commendation as well, who uploaded the images to Twitter, and those are the images that I'm going to be using here in this video. So as you can see, the lore reads, "Symbols are important. Look at the phoenix you wear on your sleeve. The dragon bears a similar significance to me," and that's from Fei Lao. I'm going to not spoil anything for anyone who has not actually played the campaign, because I would have some not so nice words for that. But anyway, it says this exotic holster has a skill tier for the core attribute. That we then have a utility and a defensive attribute. I don't know if the utility and defensive are random, or if you always get a utility and defensive. I'm not too sure. The talent that it's got is called Dragon's Glare, and it says, while in combat, applies burn to the enemy closest to you within 20 meters. Cooldown is 40 seconds. So you're probably wondering, where do you get this? Well, from what I've seen, and from Flatline's video, this appears to drop from the Stranded Tanker mission when you take down Vivian Conley, and it's on a chance basis. I've ran this mission a couple of times now on hard. I think I ran it once on challenging, and I've not had it drop for myself yet, but I've not seen this drop from anywhere else. So this is probably the best place to get it, and probably the only place to get it. Certainly it's the only place we know of so far. What do I think of this exotic holster? Well, I think this could actually be very good with a build that benefits from enemies being on fire. There's the ignited talent on weapons that give you plus 20% weapon damage to burning enemies, and after 4 kills applies burning to the next enemy you hit as well. I think that would pair really well here. You may want to pair this with the spark talent on the chest piece if you're going to use a flame turret or any other skill that might apply a burn status effect. And maybe for the backpack talent, you could have something like Creeping Death, or even Companion could pair well with it. I actually like this exotic. I just wish it would drop for me like any other exotic. I just need one exotic, please. Come on, devs. I've not got any yet. So moving on, and let's go over the new exotic chess piece called Tardigrade Armor System. I think that's how you say it, Tardigrade. Well, that's how I'm saying it. So let's go over what the actual lore says for this. It says an evolution of the reactive armor concept. Ablative nanoplating was initially designed as a prototype technology for self-repairing heat shields on aircraft repeatedly entering and exiting planetary atmospheres. So this is kind of some kind of like space armor thing. It's basically some plating for spacecrafts that you've put into armor. It's pretty cool. This is a defensive based exotic, as you can see, with 1 core defensive attribute and 2 defensive attributes. The core attribute, from what I've seen, always drops as a god roll with 170k armor. Let's take a look at the talent, which is called Ablative Nanoplating. Whenever you or an ally's armor breaks, they gain 80% of your armor as bonus armor for 10 seconds. Cooldown per ally is 45 seconds. Killing an enemy with your specialization weapon removes this cooldown for all allies. It actually says whenever you're, and there appears to be some spelling mistakes, I believe, throughout this update, but yeah, that's maybe for another video. So this appears to be quite a strong exotic for team play, and it could also benefit as well for being solo. Is it better than the Unbreakable talent? Well, its main difference is the ability to give bonus armor to allies, not just to yourself, which is obviously what Unbreakable does. I think Unbreakable might actually be better for solo players, but this is still a very good exotic for group play. when I read the lore text, to be honest, I was kind of expecting, you know, a talent that allowed you to take flight and then come back down to earth like a torpedo, destroying everything on impact. But giving other people armor, it's a little bit underwhelming, but, you know, I'll take it. Next up, and before we go over the Divide Hunter Mask and how to get it, has any of you found this drop? It's called Pair of Lion's Eyes, and it drops from inside the Donut Shack found in the top left-hand corner of Washington D.C. It's actually inside the fridge. You interact with it and it drops on the floor. Unfortunately, I haven't got a video myself of it because I've already done it, and I don't think you can get it twice, I don't believe. So I've actually just grabbed this from Google, so props to whoever this person is. This is something people have been trying to figure out, but no one seems to have got any further with the puzzle that I've been able to find. I did find a location where there's a status, sorry, not a status, a lion or a statue, sorry, a statue lion, or it looks like a lion, but it might be like some sort of gargoyle. But anyway, it's a statue next to some kind of pit of fire. You'll see it on screen now, and I thought maybe it kind of would have worked there, but it didn't. Although the area does have the static effect caused by hunters, so I'm still very much scouring that area to see what's kind of going on, as I believe that may be a hunter location anyway. If any of you guys have any knowledge on this, or I've got anywhere further with this, please let me know by sending it to my DMs on Twitter. I'd very much like to get involved and try and figure this stuff out. I really enjoy looking for these hunters. I think it's awesome. It's what I liked the most when the Division 2 first launched it in Washington D.C. and I'm loving it here as well. And also here they're a lot more complicated than they were in the first one, I believe. So yeah, it's really good. Alright, so moving on, and as you can see, I've got the Divide Hunter Masks. So how did I get it? Well, I'm going to show you how to get it. It's fairly simple, and it only took me, I actually recorded it, it took me 12 minutes to complete. So any of you guys can do it. This is how you do it. Alright guys, so this is where the first hunter location is. You're going to see this, which says turn on, and you're going to want to turn it on, and then you're going to want to move to the next location, which is actually at the waterfront control point. We're going to go there now. Okay, so you're going to want to spawn at the waterfront here. You're going to go into this room, and more importantly, you're going to go down the stairs here, or down this little ramp here, where you'll see it lying on the floor. You're going to interact with that, and then we're going to move on to the next location. Alright, so the next one is just outside the food bank safe house. Actually, it's very, very close. So you're going to want to step outside here, as you can see. You're going to want to go over to this generator in front of you. You're going to want to interact with the button here. This was actually my first time trying to find this the flags here. So you're going to want to just search around here, and you will see the flag. It's just over there in the corner. You're going to want to interact with that one, and then you're going to want to move on to the next flag. So the next flag is actually at Pier 26. You're going to want to make your way over here on this right hand side. It's going to be led on the floor. It's not too obvious, this one actually, but it is there. It's led on the floor, as you'll see here. You want to pick that one up, and then you're going to move on to the next location. Alright, so you're going to want to spawn here, as you can see, the Celebration Hotel control point. This car's in my way. What you'll see is it's actually on top of this building here, and there is a specific way to get around, which I'm going to show you now. You're going to want to go around the left-hand side here. You just want to go and climb up these. I'm trying to find where it is, but actually it's just up here. You're going to want to climb up these little blocks here up to this building here. You're going to want to run through this gate. This may be close for some of you if you've not done the shade cache. I believe there's a shade cache around here. So do that one. It'll open up these gates, and then it's on the floor here. You'll pick that up, and then you're going to go back to where you came from, where you're going to spawn the hunter. Alright, so you're back now. So what you're going to want to do actually now is you're going to want to interact with these flagpoles that I'm caressing by raising the flags. Now, they're on the 4 poles here that don't already have flags on them. I'll show you which ones they are. See, that one's already got a flag on, this one hasn't. So it'll be those two, and there's 2 round on the left here that you're going to see. So you're going to interact with all 4 of those. This is pretty much the final stage for this hunter encounter, of which this one I actually win finally, because they're not easy, especially if you're playing solo. So you're going to do all 4 of those, and then you're going to turn this on, and as you can see, it does like a little display there in the middle. The hunter will spawn, and then you've got yourself a bit of a fight there. So I'll show you me defeating the hunter, so you guys can see what the mask looks like as a drop on the floor. So we're at the end here. The hunter is pretty much done for, and we take him down here finally. This build I'm actually using, guys, is pretty good. I'll be doing a video on that soon, but there you go. There is the Divide masks. So you're going to pick that one up and I'm already wearing it, but not in this particular video. I'm not, but I'm already wearing it at the moment. I will show you it now, so you guys can see what it looks like. It actually looks pretty cool. It's one of my sort of the better looking masks in my opinion. So yeah, so there we go. I think it looks really cool. So yeah. Strong marksman rifle. It's got Optimist as well, which is actually pretty good for this because it adds an extra, what, 10 or 15% extra damage on top of the already really high total damage. So please head on over there. She's selling some other weapons, some other god rolls as well, and it'll really help towards your recalibration library. Also, I just want to advise you guys that I'm going to be doing another video today. Hopefully I'll have it out this evening, talking about the difficulty discussion, but more importantly, confirming why, even with a build like this, which is not optimized and it's not even a build yet, I've still got to manage it a bit better, and I'll be doing a video on that with that difficulty discussion. This particular weapon here with this does like over like 8 million damage. Okay, so it actually challenging and hard difficulty is easy, challenging is harder, but it's not overly hard. And so I'm not on the bandwagon of saying that the difficulty is too hard in this game. I actually think once people start to make good builds and get optimized, that they'll find the content is harder, but in a good way. So yeah, anyway, that's for latest video. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, again, please drop a like. It does help me out. Subscribe, all of that good stuff. And until the next one, Epic out.